So in this video, we're going to look at PowerPoint. So what PowerPoint is it's presentation software. So it's software used to create presentations, whether that's a presentation for school because you've got a project, whether it's a business and need to present something to clients, or whether it's just like me when I was 7 or 8 years old and I was making daft little animations for my own entertainment. Good thing about PowerPoint is that you can do lots and lots of things. That's really useful presentations, and it's all built within. You can do things like record video, record audio, animations, you can use transitions, you can even time your animations to actually make some quite decent animations. I know that when I've made lessons in the past, it's been really useful because I can create nice little animations and designs that all flow together really nicely, and it demonstrates a particular theory topic really well, which makes my life easier as a teacher. Now, for the IGCSE exam, what you need to be able to do is be able to use PowerPoint effectively. You need to be able to use master slides, you need to be able to do animations, you need to be able to add in things like headers and footers. But what I'm going to do firstly is just go through those basic introduction to the software first. So when you open it up, it may look slightly different if you've got an older version, but you usually have your recent PowerPoints. So I've just finished doing my database video collection, if you want to check that out. So I've got all my videos and PowerPoints I've been looking at before. So I'm going to click blank presentation. So you can see you've got home, which is very much like Microsoft Word, where you've got all of your fonts and colours and things like that. You've got the insert tab. I'm just going to get rid of this here, get rid of that. You've got your insert tab where you can put in things like tables, pictures, online screenshots. You've got screen recording and videos. You've got all your symbols, any text and word art, shapes and things like that. And then got draw, which is more in the newer versions, where if you've actually got like my laptop I'm currently using is a Surface, it's a 2-in-1, so I've got the draw tools, which allow me to use my pen. You've got design, where you can choose preset designs, so you can change how you want your presentation to look. Like quite often, I know when I'm making a presentation, I just find a real simple one like that and stick with it. But you can just have no design as well, like that. And you've got transitions, which if you see here, it shows how your different slides are going to transition, move in between each one, and choose things like that. You've got animations, so if you want text to appear, you can mess around with them. You've got different things on how you use a slideshow and how you view it, so how you use presenter view or not. And then you've got things like commenting and things like that. So those are your basics. So we'll start off with just entering text. You can click a box in and type hello, and you've got these subtitles there, welcome to my presentation. Then say if you didn't want to use a design, you want to do it yourself, you can format the background and choose a colour. So I could have a nice gradient fill. Let's go with you can remove the various colours. So I've got my presentation there. If I want to change the font size, I can increase that. I can make it bold, underlined, and change the colour. Just like that. Now to add a new slide, you can go insert new slide, or you can press enter, it does the same thing. So if you've got a theme you want to keep, so for example I've got this background colour and I want to apply it to these two slides, I can do apply to all, and then every time I make a new slide, you see it's all the same colour. Again, I can start adding text in, I can insert shapes, and I could animate them to fly in. So that's sort of your basics, how to use the software in general. You've got the animation pane where you can see the different animations you've got. Say if you've got multiple shapes going on, so I might animate that. You can see I've got both my animations on there, and I can change the order, so that one comes in first now, and things like that. But that's your sort of basics of how you can change the fonts, how you can add animations, how you can change the background colour. Now what I'm going to look into next is how to create a good presentation, then start going through skills on how you can actually add in different things, do transitions, master slides and things like that. Hopefully that was helpful, even though it's a little bit brief, and I'll see you in the next one. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to do master slides. So that's something that you're really going to need to be able to do for your IGCSE practical exam. So let's start off with what I'm talking about. So what is a master slide? So master slides are a feature presentation for presentation authoring packages. It's a main sort of thing that you need to have. So what they do is allow you to set up a slideshow so every slide you create has a similar look and style. So you're probably thinking, okay, but can't I just put things on how I want, or can't I just make a new slide every time? Now, if you've got a consistent presentation, just like you was making a website, pages looking similar looks a lot better. It's also a lot more difficult if you've got if one of your slides has text here, and then the next slide has text on the bottom, so you've got some text there, and the other one on the next slide suddenly has text, the title, maybe something down there. It's going to be really hard to follow. If it's inconsistent, it looks unprofessional. It looks like you're a year 7 creating a PowerPoint for the first time and things are all over the shop playing with the animations. It's really important that it looks consistent and professional. And master slides are really, really easy to actually use. So to actually use a master slide, what we need to do, you don't have to delete your slides, I just did that because I wanted to get rid of it, is you go to View, then Slide Master. And you see you've got all these different templates. So the first things first, what you want to do is choose your background, how do you want it to look. So I'm going to go with sort of a theme that goes with my channel. So I'm going to keep it white in the background, but I'm going to add in a little border shape here. Like that, and then I'm going to fill it in how I normally would do. So I'm going to do a gradient. I'm going to add my 2 colours, so I'm going to click on that. I'm going to wait for my computer to stop lagging. There we go. I'm going to format shape. I'm going to go to the fill. I'm going to get rid of that, and then I'm going to make like the purple. Now I don't like that angle, so I'm going to change my angle so it's going downwards, and then you know what, I might have the same thing again, but like that. Then I might just get rid of my outlines. Get rid of the outlines. That's my first part done. So then I might decide, you know what, I want to put a picture in the corner. So I'm going to go insert pictures. I'm going to find my little logo. I'm going to stick that in the bottom corner, like that. So you see, I've put it on here, and all of these, I've got them on there as well. So I might decide, you know what, I want a specific font, so I'm going to find a font I like. So let's say it's this one. I want that to be a certain size, and then I want my other one with a bit of text to be this one for whatever reason. You see it's come through. So what I can do now is I can just go take off the slide master now. So slide master, close master view. Add my first slide, and you see, well, I need to move this slightly because it looks a bit daft. It's pretty much done. So I can just go back onto there, view, slide master, and I can just move that up slightly. Once it stops lagging, I can just move that up slightly so it doesn't look as abysmal. Just like that. There we go. So close master view, and now it looks a lot more professional. So now I can put in, you know, welcome to my presentation. So you see it's applied my font styles in there, and then you can see it's nice and consistent. So all my slides are always going to have this picture in the corner, they're always going to have this border on, and it's going to look fairly good for each of my slides that I want to do. Now another thing you might want to do, so I'll just go back into Slide Master, is you might need to add certain things like headers and footers. Okay, so you can go add header and footer. So I might want to put, let's say we're going to have the date on there. We're going to have the footer to say created by Reese Drury. I'm not going to show it on the title slide. I'm going to apply it. You see it's on there, so when I close that, each of my slides says a date and says created by Reese Drury, but it doesn't say it on the title slide. So that's really useful to have. Now going back into Slide Master, one thing you may want to do as well is you might want to change the slide size. So I might want it to say widescreen, I might want it standard. Then you've got this little pop-up, so you've got maximize and you've got ensure fit. So ensure fit, it just shrinks it all down so things fit on your screen, but you notice that images and things are squished up a little bit, so it's really important that you are checking that all works properly. So see, widescreen is a lot better for me because that's how I initially set it up. Anything like you want to make, let's say this card, you want to make that a lot smaller because you want to put an image for each of your slides on there, you can do that. So if I go to Close Master View, you'll see my box is smaller now. So say I wanted to put another picture on my slide when I'm doing the presentation, like this one for example, I can then place that where I want it to go or whatever. And then things like images and things, you can start doing normal things in Word where you can go to the design and you can start changing how the image looks. So if you go into format picture and things, you can change the framing and picture corrections the same as before. But I'm not going to worry about that because we're focusing on master slides. So other things you can do, which are sort of quite common sense, but you might not realise, is things like I might want to make sure that my text is in the middle. So just again, changing things like that is all possible. Changing sizes, boldness, all things like that is all possible. You can see I've got a presentation there, got a slide on there, things have all moved, things moved to the middle, it's worked. Okay, so it's really important that you choose which style you've got. If they give you a particular style you need to follow, you need to make sure you're using the correct fonts, make sure you're checking the right alignment, make sure you're following those instructions. Obviously, if you're using this video to make your own presentation, then it's a really good idea to think of a house style, think of a sort of a way you want your presentations to look, and then go ahead and use that to create your presentation. For example, the ones I've used in previous videos, like my media videos, they have this sort of stripe on the side. I've not really gone for it on the top, but they all have a little picture in the corner. They all have my little border on the side as well. Make sure it's nice and consistent. My fonts are the same, my font sizes are the same where possible. Keeping to a set theme just makes it look a lot more professional, a lot neater. And it means that you can succeed a little bit more in getting your message across. And then going for the IGCSE, make sure you're getting all the grades that you want.